Hello, boys and girls, and welcome back to another science class with Teacher Ari, me here at Ari's Academy, and you at home learning together. If you just want to watch this experiment, yes, please do so. You are in the right spot. If you want to do the experiment with me from your house, it's called lava lamp. What you need is one tall, clear glass, a flat table or surface to work on, oil, a measuring cup of water, food coloring, and an antacid tablet or a fizzy foaming tablet. Those are the items you need to do the science experiment with me today. Boys and girls, I am so excited that you're here today for science. Guess what? We're going to learn a big word today, a new word maybe you haven't heard before. I'm going to say it, then see if you can say it. It's called molecules. Can you say molecules? Very good. Very good. Now, wait a minute. Molecules. Molecules. Hey, will you clap it out with me? Let's see how many syllables. Remember our reading lesson from last week? Let's count how many syllables the word molecules has. Here we go. Molecules. Molecules. You try it. That's right, 3. The word molecules has 3 syllables in it. Now that you're all warmed up and our brains are thinking, let me tell you something. Everything in the world, everything in your house, everything you see in front of you right now at your house is made of molecules. Now, molecules are so small, they're so tiny, they're really hard to see, but they're in everything. If those molecules are really tightly packed together and holding on tight to each other, the molecules make something like this table, something hard. If the molecules are kind of next to each other and kind of holding on, but not real tight, it makes things like water that can be spilled or that take the shape of their container. And if the molecules are not very close together and they're not real good friends hanging out and they're not even kind of touching a little bit, it makes the kind of thing called smoke or steam you've seen coming off the oven if your mom or dad is cooking. Those are a little bit about molecules. Now, let me tell you something we need to know for today. We need at least 2 molecules. We want a chemical reaction to happen. So we need at least 2 different molecules to crash into one another. Think of it more like mixing. We need 2 different molecules mixing together to make something new. That's called a chemical reaction. And we're going to be using everything you see here today to make our own science experiment chemical reaction. Let me explain it one other way real quick. Let's say you have a cup over here. And you've got maybe some blue molecules. Remember, they're so small, they're really hard to see. Most scientists need a microscope to look at them. But let's say you have really big molecules in this cup. And then let's say there's another cup over here. And it's got another type of molecules in this cup, lots of them, but they're different. They're not the same as that one. Well, what if then you have a bowl in the middle? And let's say, since you need 2 different molecules to crash or to mix together to make a new chemical reaction, let's say you took some of these molecules and put them in this bowl. And let's say you took some of these molecules and put them in this bowl. That means they're mixing, right? Or they're crashing together. And then all of a sudden, let's say you get whoosh, 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 steam or smoke coming out of that bowl. That means you just made a chemical reaction. You just took 2 different molecules, put them together, and whoosh, created a new chemical reaction. Well, that's what we're going to do today, boys and girls. Now, if you're watching this experiment, great. All you need to do is use your eyes so you can see. If you're doing the experiment, it's time to move on to step number 1. Now, step number 1 just means the first thing we have to do to start our experiment. You'll take your oil that you have, and you'll take that tall, clear glass, and you'll pour the oil into the glass. Now you don't want to fill it all the way up, but you do want to put quite a bit of oil in there. So not all the way full, but let's just pour it until we're at half full right now. Let's keep going just a little bit more. Let's go to about there. So probably about 3/4 of the way full. So we did half plus another bit, so we have some space on the top. Next, we have to take our water, and we're not going to fill it with water. We're only going to do a couple little splashes of water. Just pour it on in there, let it settle to the bottom, pour it on in a little more, maybe a little more. That's about it, I would say. Yep, very good. Now, the fun part, we have to pick which color of food coloring you want. Let's see, raise your hand if you want red. Anybody out there want red food coloring? Okay, a few of you, all right. We have green as well. Anybody for green? Raise your hand if you like the green food coloring. Okay, all right. What about the blue? Anybody here want blue? Raise your hand if you like blue for the food coloring. Okay, and we've got yellow. We've got a yellow food coloring. Anyone for yellow? Raise your hand. Any yellows out there? Okay, it looks like the blues have it. I see a lot of hands up for the blues. So let's take this. We're gonna take the little blue food coloring, pop the lid off. Now, if your mom or dad is there to help you, great, they can help you. What you're gonna do is you're gonna do some drops of food coloring into the glass. Oh my goodness, look at those. They are falling, dropping down to the bottom. Let's do a few more. We'll mix them all around in here. Make sure you kind of put dots everywhere so the dots can be floating down. The dots of food coloring can be floating down to the bottom, but all over, front and back, all over. Very good, nice work. Now, one of the other things we need to do, oh, let me jump back to the steps really quick. So first step was the oil, got it. Second step was the water. The water. And did you know water can be shown as H2O? H2O can be shown as water. So we had the oil first, then we did the water. The third step, what was the third step? Of course, the food coloring. We just did the third step. So that's the coloring, the food coloring. The fourth step, we're getting close to the end. Here we go. The fourth step is to get your Alka-Seltzer or some sort of effervescent tablet. You take that, you open it up. You should have one in the package right here. I am going to rip that open. There actually should be two in your package if you got the same kind as I did. Let's see. So we're going to take one out just like that. And let's take the next one out too. Okay. Now we have those here. And now let me get the camera a little bit closer, boys and girls, so that we can see exactly what is happening here. Let's bring the camera down here and put it right there so we can really see what is happening. We'll move this up a little bit. There we go. So we have the water in there. We have the oil. We have the food coloring. There we go. All right, now what you'll do, you'll take your tablets you have, those tablets, and what I like to do is I like to break one of the tablets. So I break it like that, so you have two parts, okay? Then what you do is you break the other one, and then we drop them in when you're ready. Here we go. Let's drop them in. We've got different molecules. We've got water molecules. We've got oil molecules. So that's two. So we have two, so we can make sure we get a new chemical reaction. We also have the food color. That's three different molecules. And then we have these tablets, which makes four different molecules. Let's drop them in and see what happens. Let's see. Do we get a chemical reaction? Whoa! Boys and girls, did you drop it into your cup at your house? Wow, look at that. Oh my goodness. Whoa. Look at it from all the angles here. Is yours fizzing and bubbling like mine here at school? Wow. Boys and girls, now I know why they call it a lava lamp. That looks sort of like a lava lamp. Whoa, look at that blue piece is coming. It's coming down. Whoa, look at the backside over here. Oh my goodness, you think it's gonna come out of the cup? I hope not. Oh, if you listen carefully, you can hear. You can hear the chemical reaction. Not only can we see the chemical reaction, you can hear the chemical reaction. Oh my goodness. Whoa. That is so cool. Wow, boys and girls, nice job. I am so proud of each of you. If you are at home doing this experiment, nice work, everybody. Let me tell you one last time, I am so proud of you for doing this really cool experiment with me. We learned about molecules. We learned it has 3 syllables in that big word, molecules. And now you learned how to make a chemical reaction. A true scientist. You are. Boys and girls, congratulations. You are now a lovely, aspiring scientist. Thank you so much for coming into class today. We did our chemical reactions. We learned something new. We followed the steps, and your brain grew bigger. Now, as you know, just like last time when you're done with an experiment, you want to share the results with your friends, your family, anyone who might not know what a chemical reaction is, anyone that might not know what you know now, that everything in the world is made out of molecules. Molecules. Great job, everybody. I'm going to leave this here kind of to see what happens to it over time. I'll see you next time. Bye. Wow, so cool.